earlier this year. They had some problems along the way and some injuries, and now they're playing well at the right time for Andy Kennedy, and I think that's a good sign going in against this Tennessee team.
Who does the game mean more to? I think that's always an important question. Right? Well, I think Ole Miss, but you look at Tennessee, and Bruce Pearl has a great ability to magnify the game for his guys as well. Tennessee fighting for what could possibly end up being a 3 seed in the NCAA tournament. A very impactful game for both ball teams, but Ole Miss right now desperate for that last win.
All right, let's take a look at our Haviland Star Watch. The guy that, without him, Tennessee would not have advanced. Wade Chisholm yesterday was the one volunteer that played very, very well with another double-double of 17 and 11. But Chris Warren's a guy that can light you for 30 about any night.
Well, he's a guy that I think Tennessee's going to have to identify him at all times, Brad. He's slippery with the basketball in his hands. He's making 3 threes per game. Hard to guard, Chris Warren.
Let's take a look at the Comcast starting lineups. First for the Tennessee Volunteers at 24-7 on the year. Bobby Mays, Scotty Hobson has been an absolute non-factor, especially in this building. We'll develop that more as we go. J.P. Prince, Wayne Chisholm, and Brian Williams. After Andy Kennedy's Rebels of Ole Miss, Chris Warren, and we just talked about Tarico White, Zach Graham, Murphy Holloway, and DeAndre Cranston. Ole Miss 21-9, 9-7, coming off a win in their final regular season game over Arkansas, and as I said, riding a 4-game winning streak. Andy Kennedy, 4th year already. 82 and 48 in his time in Oxford, and his team is the number 2 seed in the West. They lost both their games against their arch rivals, Mississippi State, which is a little bit strange. And Bruce Pearl, we know both these coaches very well, Jimmy. Bruce Pearl has had something to say to his team about how they played the first 30 minutes yesterday, you can bet.
Well, it was a very difficult draw for them to have to open up with LSU. And I think this is an SEC right now that I think will revisit how they seed this tournament and how they keep their conference standings, because LSU was really grinding it out on them, and it was hard to get Tennessee focused and energized for this game when they felt like maybe they should have deserved a first-round bye. It didn't happen, and luckily for Tennessee, Wayne Chisholm, the senior leader, got it done and advanced the Volunteers.
That game was tied 21-21 at halftime before Tennessee got the wake-up call, and the light came on, and they advanced, much like what Kentucky had in our first game today. Alabama had the lead over the top seed of the number 2 team in the country, but Kentucky prevailed by coming back to win. Our officials in this one, Mike Nance, Antonio Petty, and Doug Shouse. Doug's got the ball in hand. And J.P. Prince and Murphy Holloway set to get our second quarterfinal underway. And it goes to Brian Williams. And it'll be Tennessee with the ball first. Tennessee in the Tennessee orange, if you're not a big SEC fan. Ole Miss in the white with the blue and red piping.
No surprise Ole Miss opens up in the zone, considering how Tennessee handled the LSU zone yesterday.
Prince, he'll try to open with a 3, and he got it. JP is not a big-time three-point shooter. That's only his 10th of the year, but he had 2 of them in the early going in the win over Kentucky. And he opens up this game with a triple.
Well, J.P. Prince, he was dared to shoot. He's wide open. That's a pretty good release for a guy that doesn't shoot a good percentage from 3. If you're Bruce Pearl, though, you're thinking, I'm not so glad he made that, because J.P. Prince now might settle for those 3-point shots the next 8 or 9 minutes.
That's a good point. Thinking like a coach, partner.
Three-man weave offense by Ole Miss.
Nice look by Graham down low to Tarico White. He buries it on the baseline. Nice ball movement by the Rebels.
Great start for Andy Kennedy and Tarico White. Tarico White, a guy that they have to get at least 20 shots in the ball game. That is the goal.
Chisholm tries an opening 3. Wayne's good for a couple of those each half, but he missed it. Warren, he'll pull up, and he buries the 3. That's his 96th three-pointer of the year, so yes, he can shoot.
Brad, he's averaging 21 points a game, Chris Warren, over the last 6 ball games. Making over 3 threes per game. You do not give that guy a cushion.
Williams is rejected underneath. Chris Warren had just tied a school record with that last triple. Right now he's got Wayne Chisholm on him. And Wayne's about a foot taller than Chris is. Holloway's got to give it up. Graham will try one on the outside. He buries it. So it's a three-point shooting contest here in the early going. And so far, Ole Miss has got the better of it. Well, just keep on trying, I guess. Bobby Mays misses one. And it's snatched out of the air by Tariq White.
Tennessee only made 5 3-point shots per game in conference play.
They were 6 for 23 in the regular season in the matchup between these two teams. A Tennessee win in overtime. Ole Miss with their first turnover. Hobson had a notion and drives instead, and he's fouled.
I think it's intriguing. Scotty Hobson, 1 out of 18 from the floor in this building 3 times that he's played here.
That is amazing, isn't it?
And Bruce Pearl, talking to him last night, he said, you know what, this is the closest we ever get to Scotty's hometown. And sometimes a young guy can feel pressure with his, extended family here and his buddies. And Bruce Pearl is hoping that he shakes that out of his system, because Scotty Hobson,
they need him.
They need him bad.
He had only 2 points yesterday, 2 for 4 from the free throw line. And maybe a good thing to get him to the line, get kind of a stroke going from 15 feet away. Hopkinsville, Kentucky's, about 45 minutes from here, I guess?
Yeah. And as bad as he's been in this building, Bruce Pearl on the other end has been just as good. Bruce Pearl now 8-1 in his coaching career in Bridgestone Arena.
There, Scotty Hobson can settle the butterflies a little bit, maybe. Got both free throws.
Tennessee is showing zone. Sometimes they'll show zone and go man. It looks like on this possession they're going to go with a matchup.
White looks like he got fouled by Chisholm, but no foul. Ole Miss got the offensive rebound. Cranston's in a whole bunch of orange under there. And he somehow got it to his teammate. And he's got a chance for a three-point play for Holloway.
Murphy Holloway is an undersized inside player, Brad, number 31 in white. He's too small to not play hard. And over the last 6 ball games, this kid has averaged 12 points and 11 rebounds. He really brings a fight to the game.
He's got 5 of the early 10 points and can add to it right here. Missed the chance for that. But still, it's Ole Miss by 5. Hobson on the baseline, tough shot. Williams will keep it alive. And he with a no-look pass to Chisholm. Nice look by Williams.
Brian Williams has really made the most of a second chance that Bruce Pearl gave him after the suspension. His attitude has been good, his productivity, and he gives him a big body guy inside that's hard to handle.
Graham. Buckner runs into some traffic and has to bring it back out on top to Warren. And the shot clock's in single digits, down to 6. Pull up, long ball. Got it. Wow. Nice shot. Chris Warren gives you a little bit of that Devin Downey kind of look. Waits until the last second, gives himself some space by fading away, and knocks down his second three-pointer. Hobson missed a 3, and the rebound, Ole Miss, in the hands of Buckner. Graham, nice crossover dribble in the paint. And Chisholm comes up with a loose ball. J.P. Prince, the no-look to Hobson, who backs it out. Bobby Mays, a 3. Got it. He is not a big three-point shooter either, only about 26%. But so he and Prince, a 26 and a 30% three-point shooter, have got a couple early ones for Tennessee.
And a really good find by Brian Williams to look opposite, and Mays did a good job of getting in the vision of the passer that was on the low block.
Graham in traffic. And it rims out. He'll have to earn it from the free throw line. And we'll see those free throws when we come back to Bridgestone Arena. 14:48. First half. Chris Warren hot early with 6. And Ole Miss in front by 3.
Make NCAA March Madness better. With Papa John's $10 buzzer beater. Score all large pizzas, even specialties, just $10. Plus, get a free Coke Zero when you buy 2 20-ounce Cokes online at papajohns.com.
If you're like most, your retirement dreams have seen better days. But with nearly 130 years of financial experience, the principal knows a few ways to help perk things up. With our helpful tools and resources, we can point you in the right direction and help put some life back in those big plans of yours. Why not start rebuilding your retirement dreams with the principal?
Do you owe $10,000 or more in income tax to the IRS or state? Call today for a free consultation on how much your tax debt can be reduced. Don't wait. Find out how much money you could be saving today.
Call 800-742-8604.
Paradise. Cheeseburger. And the kids' grilled cheese meal. And crayons and a coloring book.
What? For guys who love grilled cheese, but hate ordering off the kids' menu. Introducing a grilled cheese for grown-ups. The grilled cheese bacon thick burger, starting at $2.79. Only at Hardee's.
Today's SEC Network game is brought to you by Haviland with Deposit Shield. Protect precious metal. The Principal Financial Group will give you an edge. Miller Lite, triple hops brewed for that great Pilsner taste. Taste greatness. And by Champion. It's how you play.
This has been a great city for the SEC quarterfinal presented by Haviland here in Nashville, the SEC Fan Fest. A lot of fun for everybody. Right now we take a look at our Principal Financial Group edge to the game. Jimmy Joe?
Brad, for Tennessee, I think their one-on-one defense is very important. This is an Ole Miss squad that can really drive the ball, create their own look. And where's Warren? You must always know where Chris Warren is on the floor. For Ole Miss, defend the rim. Tennessee has a size advantage inside. Can they hold their own around the rim? And can Ole Miss get Tarico White going? This is a guy that sometimes he's aggressive, sometimes he's not. And for Ole Miss to win this ball game, he must get that 18 to 20 shots up that Andy Kennedy wants.
Tarico so far has 1 field goal. And as far as finding Warren, Chris has knocked down 2 threes. Ole Miss trying to get back in front by 5, courtesy of the free throw line. And they do it with Zach Graham. Zach with 5.
It's man-to-man. Tennessee goes with their cutters offense. That flex cut down screen action. Been good to Bruce Pearl over the years.
Cameron Tatum and Kenny Hall in the lineup for the first time. Goins continues to run the baseline. And now here he is on top with 15 on the shot clock. Nice. Chisholm in low. Left hand. Not this time. Scored with that move yesterday a couple of times.
They got the ball to Chisholm, though, Brad, off that flex cut on the baseline, and then Chisholm, after he set the baseline flex screen, duck moves to the middle.
Sometimes, even though you don't score, coach has got to be happy because that's what he wanted.
Yes, exactly.
Just didn't get the shot.
Good execution. Boston College, Wisconsin, Maryland, they all use that flex cut very well.
Henry misses, and the loose ball picked up by Tatum. Goins did not play the first go-around due to the suspension. And a whistle and a foul on the inside is it'll be on Buckner.
Things have fallen right for the Ole Miss Rebels the last couple of weeks. First of all, they've taken care of business. They've won 4 in a row. Andy Kennedy's guys had. They got a little bit of their swagger back, and they've had help. Arizona State, UConn, Memphis, Seton Hall, all those teams losing is why Ole Miss finds themselves right now in the NCAA tournament by a very small margin.
A runner by Prince. J.P. Prince with 5. Tennessee back to within 3. Warren, whoa, way up off the window, and he almost got it to drop. Take a look at the Ole Miss resume, 21-9, 9-7 in conference. Kansas State win obviously looks very good.
I think both of those, K-State and UTEP, those are power wins against teams in the RPI top 50. One bad loss to Arkansas outside the top 100. This would be that third resume building win at a key moment for the Rebels.
Three-pointer goes for the second time for Graham. Zach Graham's got 8. Ooh, Goins, he might have gotten lucky. Almost pushed off, but they call it on Gaskins. Trevor Gaskins' first foul. Ooh, I don't know about that one.
You're right. That was a 50-50 call that goes Tennessee's way. Gee, that defender was just establishing guarding position and moving with the offensive player, and there's a push-off.
Prince drives and the kick out to Goins. Prince will try 3. Oh, you said it might happen again, but it went down again. J.P. Prince, a couple of triples in this opening half.
Yeah, but if you're Ole Miss and Andy Kennedy, you think that's okay. Because the percentages are not J.P. Prince beating you from the three-point line over a 40-minute game.
18-15. Ole Miss in front. Tennessee, their three-point defense, leading the SEC. 28.8%. But Chris Warren early got one from the left side. Graham got one. Warren got one from the right wing. And then Graham had another one from basically the same spot.
Fred, they haven't been alert, Tennessee. They have not recovered with high hands. And this is a team, Ole Miss, that can really stretch you. You look at the percentage. Polynice, the only guy that doesn't really scare you as a three-point percentage shooter. Certainly White and Warren can do a lot of damage, and their ability to go by you off the bounce makes them a very difficult team to defend.
You see Neil Polynice over there on the right-hand side. He's on the Ole Miss bench, coming off a suspension for detrimental to the team rules violation. J.P. Prince, crossover dribble. This time he tries to get it inside and runs into traffic, and a good defensive job by Ole Miss. One, triple teamed, and still drew the foul. Foul on Stephen Pearl as we go to break. Ole Miss with the lead has had it throughout the first half.
Golf is an individual's game. The course is the same. It's how you play it.
I love to play. With the MaxFly Revolution series, I get distance and performance at a great value.
The MaxFly HT series gives me all the performance of a tour ball, but not at the premium price.
The MaxFly Tour Series fits my game, giving me a combination of distance, feel, and short game control.
The MaxFly family of golf balls. Available at Dick's Sporting Goods, Golf Galaxy, and other fine golf shops.
Darren was with AT&T. I was with Verizon. He found the smartphone unlimited plan through Cellular South.
And the nice thing is you can add the second smartphone plan for half price.
I get everything I need with one flat fee.
Anyone who pays more than what we pay with Cellular South is kind of a sucker.
I would never go back to my other carrier. I'm completely happy with Cellular South.
Best phones, best plans, best 3G network. Cellular South. Discover the difference. Nobody beats Cellular South smartphone unlimited plan. Nobody.
Comcast delivers the best HD picture quality and 10 times more HD choices than satellite. That's more primetime HD, more daytime HD, more movie time HD. And right now, get HD free for 3 months when you sign up for the Comcast Triple Play for $99 a month for 12 months. Call today to get the Comcast Triple Play, or step up to the HD Triple Play with free HD and get up to $200 back. Get started today. Call 1-800-COMCAST now.
Get Nissan capability now. Get power now. Get savings now. This is Nissan Now, a sales event with our best deals ever on our strongest lineup ever. 0% financing on every truck and SUV. Now get up to $5,000 cash back on Titan. Save up to $3,000 on Frontier. Event ends soon. Get to Nissan now.
Back in Music City, SEC Tournament quarterfinal Friday on a championship week presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. Nice day now. If you can't get into Bridgestone Arena, you stand 4 deep outside and wait for somebody to pass you a beer. It was raining this morning, so it's actually nice that we haven't been out there in a while.
Or Diet Coke, if you're with me.
Yeah, that's right.
What a great town, huh? For the SEC to have their tournament in. It's go to the Wild Horse Saloon, Grand Ole Opry.
The Wild Horse Saloon for breakfast at 9:30. I'm sure that was all Diet Coke they had there, too.
Bluebird Cafe.
Or Diet Pepsi.
Old stomping grounds, man.
Oh, yeah.
I love this town.
Yeah, well, you almost became a country music star here. Almost, I said.
Oh, I almost tried to become one. There's a big difference.
And Warren doesn't miss many free throws. I've seen you sing. You ain't bad. You've actually sung with Vince Gill.
Well, that's because you've seen me sing. You've never heard me sing.
Well, that's true.
That's the difference. Will Vince Gill be here tonight? That's what I'm hoping.
I don't know. Burrow, short. Wow, Chisholm not only got that loose ball, but he gave somebody a shoulder, and you can hear the smack way over here. Gets Tennessee back to within 2.
Tennessee better get airtight on those three-point shooters of Ole Miss.
There's Tarico White. They haven't missed a 3 yet. 5 for 5 for the Rebels. Talking about bragging about Tennessee defending the 3. Ole Miss hasn't missed one. Tatum will try to answer, and does. Well, we got some shooting going on right now.
And Ole Miss tried to scramble the floor up a little bit and get hard pressure on the initial push.
And once the pressure was beaten, no, we haven't had so far a shooting contest. For 2 days we've been waiting for somebody to light it up.
You know what, Brad? And the rims in this building are tight. The more I watch this tournament, the more I see three-point shots have to be pure in this building. Tight rims, very similar to what these clubs will see in the NCAA tournament, and your three-point shooting must be true.
Everybody's been talking about that for 2 days. Why don't we loosen them?
Yeah, go out there and
loosen. What's the problem? A little crescent wrench, you're ready to go. A field goal percentage, you go up. Let's go! Goins has it rejected out of bounds.
We look at Ole Miss. Neutral site wins over K-State and UTEP. 5 losses versus the top 30 RPI teams. Kentucky, West Virginia, Villanova, Tennessee, and Vanderbilt. Andy Kennedy's squad, they really scheduled well. And they are 20-6 with Reginald Buckner on the floor.
Well, right now, those rims are pretty good to both teams. Tatum knocks down his second. And Tennessee is in front for only the second time.
Well, look at Chisholm move his feet as a 5-guy defensively. He's out being a part of the defending the 3-man weave.
Warren with a ball fake and steps. No, he didn't. He walks. Bruce Pearl was saying he stepped on the sideline. They give him the turnover, but it's a traveling violation.
Bruce Pearl will not let Ole Miss come into this game. I don't know where the out-of-bounds step occurred. It had to occur early.
It was a walk.
Okay. If Bruce Pearl will not let Andy Kennedy out-motivate him in this game. I know what Andy Kennedy has told his guys. This is your chance to win your way into the NCAA tournament. Bruce Pearl sent the message, this is our chance to continue to drive down the SEC tournament championship and continue to lock in on a number 3 seed. A lot of motivation for both clubs.
And they're both playing like it right now. Tatum's had the hot hand. This time he's going to try to take it inside, and he'll go to the free throw line. Nice drive by Tatum.
Watch Tatum with a tight tuck of the basketball when he gets in traffic. Boom, right there. See that tight tuck? Just like a running back going through that line of scrimmage. Watch him bring it to his chest and keep the defenders off of it. Boom, right there. Allen Iverson was the first guy that really started doing that, and from that point on, guys have started picking up on it. Protect that basketball in traffic.
Cameron Tatum had 5 points yesterday. We mentioned he didn't play the first go-around between these two teams because he was under suspension at that point. He's had a big first half. 7 points. In fact, the last 7 Tennessee points have been Cameron Tatum. Graham works it inside after hitting a couple of threes earlier. Williams is there defensively, and now Chisholm on the dribble.
Boy, a lot of contact that got ignored at the rim.
At the 9-minute mark, number 13, Tennessee, leading Ole Miss by 2. Chisholm for 3. Clanged off the front of the iron. And Ole Miss can tie or lead this trip. That's for the lead. And it goes. Graham, perfect, outside the three-point line. Brian Williams with a hook shot off the glass. Nifty move by the big fella.
There's a hard matchup when Chisholm and Williams are both on the floor around that rim because Ole Miss doesn't have the 2 big bodies to match up with 2 bigs of Tennessee.
Whoa! Collision between Warren and his teammate Graham. Did somebody else get in the middle, or did Bruce Pearl get in the middle, or what's the call? Let's take another look.
That can't be a foul on Tennessee, correct?
It shouldn't be. It just looks like those two tripped over each other.
That was a foul. Chris Warren fouled his own player.
Well, that's what I mean. That was probably fire, but that should have just been a turnover. Warren. Finally, Ole Miss misses one outside the arc. I'm not so sure somebody didn't get just a fingertip on that to change the trajectory a little bit. And Tennessee throws it away on the other end. But the three-point shooting of Ole Miss so far has been true to form, especially for 6'6" junior Zach Graham, who's knocked down 3 already in the first half.
Into his house, he has 13 monkeys.
You know, there's something I've been wanting to tell you. I love you.
And I
So cute.
I love
Another Miller Lite?
I'd love one. Thank you.
Do you love the taste of your beer this much? Well, you could. Try the great Pilsner taste of a triple hops brewed Miller Lite. Taste greatness.
Gorgeous. Look at you. I love you.
Oh, hey, glad I caught you. I was on my way to present ideas about all the discounts we're offering. I've got some catchphrases that'll make these savings even more memorable.
All right. Good driver discounts. Now that's the stuff.
How about this?
They're the bee's knees.
Or this?
Sir, how about just 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance?
Yeah. Good luck with that catching on.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
It's the end of the line for engine deposits.
Haviland with Deposit Shield. The deposits that attack your engine every time you drive can cause friction, robbing it of performance and fuel efficiency. Haviland shields it, because a clean engine runs better. Defend your engine. Haviland with Deposit Shield.
It's Lobster Fest. The one time a year Red Lobster creates so many irresistible ways to treat yourself to lobster. Like our new wood-grilled lobster and shrimp with Parmesan scampi. Our succulent lobster lover's dream with both sweet Maine and buttery rock lobster tails. And 11 more choices, each served with a salad and our freshly baked Cheddar Bay biscuits. Come celebrate Lobster Fest right now at Red Lobster.
Championship week presented by Dick's Sporting Goods in Nashville. Our SEC Tournament quarterfinal Friday presented by Haviland, and Tennessee with a 1-point lead over Ole Miss. Ole Miss is led by as many as 6. Tennessee led by 3-0 on the opening basket of the ballgame. If you look at their resume, pretty impressive. Especially when you consider they beat Kansas and Kentucky.
I think it's interesting, Brad. Look at their RPI. Yesterday down here was a 15. But because they had to play in that opening round game against LSU, today it goes to a 17. Their strength of schedule took a hit as well.
Not right. I agree. Most three-pointers allowed this season, 11. And Ole Miss more than half the way to that. And that one almost went. Rebound, Chisholm. Pass down to Williams. Brian Williams misses the hook inside, and Cranston will clear it off. Outside the arc, both teams are shooting better than they are inside. This might be more like an inside shot if Hobson can find the handle. He never really did. He double dribbled. Had a good thing going, just really never got a grip on the basketball.
You know, he did, and Tariq White did a great job, 24, running down the middle of the floor and making sure he keeps a cushion, buying just enough time to either force the turnover or allow his teammates to come into the play. That's a very good defensive play by Tariq White.
Talk about a 4-on-1 that went awry. Here's Graham. He's better off outside the arc, I guess. Missed the elbow jump shot. Still 26-25 Tennessee. Again, Scotty Hobson has 2 free throws yesterday and 2 free throws today, and he is Tennessee's leading scorer. He pops outside a screen here. Behind Brian Williams for 3. Still not a happy arena for him.
No, that's a tough look also. Ole Miss likes that 3-man weave up top. Sometimes they'll pop a big up and set a ball screen. Sometimes it's a true 3-man weave with the bigs in the short corner. It's not easy to defend.
6 minutes remaining first half. Graham going to work, kick out, Warren. And a flyby by Bobby Mays, where he probably would have taken the shot. Strong rebound by Williams. And again, Hobson has a little trouble handling the ball. He's going to try another 3. Still not there. Chris Warren's going to have to wait for his troops to catch up.
Andy Kennedy last night, and he told me that he was not going to put the pressure on his guys about this is a must-win. This is the one that gets us into the tournament. Instead, concentrating on how well they're playing and continue to play with a swagger.
These coaches know full well that these guys know Joe Lunardi,
sure,
and SportsCenter and all of the rest. And all the bracketologists, some professional and some amateur.
But Brad, it speaks to volumes about coaches know their teams a whole lot better than anybody else. Some coaches right now know that their guys would thrive with this is the must-win for us. Other coaches understand my guys don't understand must-wins as much as let's continue to play hard and with a swagger and shoot that ball with confidence and let the win take care of itself. Andy Kennedy, I think, has a great pulse of his guys right now.
The only problem with the must-win is if you don't, where do you go from there?
Becomes a must-loss.
Yeah.
And when you're sitting on the back of the jet right now, your room for error is slim.
Not that your jet's not comfortable in the back, but I'd prefer a first-class seat, if you don't mind.
Have you ever been in the back of a jet, by the way?
Yes, I have.
checking on me.
Henry in traffic. Nice drive by Terrence Henry.
Versatility in that Ole Miss offense. Henry is actually their best percentage three-point shooter. The 5 different guys, Warren, White, Henry, Graham, Gaskins, they all make 1 3-point shot per game, so they can stretch you.
Here's Ole Miss now going to the 2-3 zone. Williams comes back to Prince. He thought about another 3. He's already hit a couple. Goins just a force there. And now Gaskins, and he opened court, and one.
Goins should have let him go. He didn't get there quick enough to get the foul on the floor. So he's going to get there just in time to allow a 3-point play. If you can't get there now, let him go. And Goins doesn't. And may has cost his team an extra point.
Gaskins will try to cap off the 3-point play. Ole Miss not a great free throw shooting team in SEC play. Gaskins missed a chance for a 3-pointer there, but still they lead by 5.
Stay inside that 3-point line if you're Ole Miss defensively.
There goes another 3. Cameron Tatum's got the feel, that's for sure. He's got 3, and Zach Graham for Ole Miss has 3 already in this first half.
And Brad, he's the only guy that you want to shade a little bit in that zone. Shade before he catches it, and then get on him on the touch.
Gaskins picks up his dribble, and he's in a little bit of trouble there. Nice job defensively by Tennessee. 10 on the shot clock. Graham, long ball. Kind of a forced shot because nothing else was working in the Ole Miss offensive arsenal. Tatum, can he feel it some more? Yes, he can. 4 threes for Cameron Tatum, and he's given Tennessee the lead back.
Again, he's the one guy that you have to shade if you're going to play zone defense right now against Tennessee.
Henry wide open, gave it up. This time, he'll give it back to Gaskins for 3. Gaskins misses. And Goins, the outlet. Prince, tough catch. And in. Andy Kennedy's seen enough. Timeout, Ole Miss. Cameron Tatum has been on fire for Tennessee here in the first half. This is his 4th 3.
And Brad, he's getting looks with not a white jersey in his grill, making him do something off the bounce. And Tennessee, just like Ole Miss, they are very good when the floor gets unbalanced and a broken playability. And Prince probably is the best that Tennessee has in those situations.
You know, if you told Bruce Pearl J.P. Prince is going to have 10, and Cameron Tatum is going to have 13 with 2 minutes, 22 seconds to go in the half, he'd go, well, that's great because Hobson's only got 2 and Chisholm's only got 4, so we're doing pretty good. Remember, the winner of this one goes on to meet the #1 seed Kentucky tomorrow in Game 1 of the semifinals. Mississippi State, Florida, and Vandy and Georgia coming up later on tonight here from Bridgestone Arena.
You know Tennessee would love to have another shot at Kentucky. Tennessee's beaten Kansas and Kentucky this year, the only team in the country that has taken down a #1 and a #2 in the same season. First time since 2002 that's happened.
Warren for 3. Going to try to shag down his own miss on the baseline, but he stepped on it. 1:50 remaining first half. Tennessee hanging on by their 3-point shooting by 3.
Hurry in to the BMW Spring Sales Drive for exceptional offers on 2010 models.
Torque, with my swingman glove, I can feel anything.
Man, these swingman cleats, light base pass on fire.
Toy was out.
Yeah, Tor was out. What? Tor was safe. Hey, I was safe.
The Nike Swingman Collection, only at Dick's Sporting Goods. Better athlete, better team.
When you see the happy face on our truck, you'll be confident your drain will be unstuck.
Trane offers up to a $1,000 cash rebate on qualifying systems, plus you may qualify for the $1,500 federal tax credit and a $500 Hiller discount, saving you up to $3,000. A Trane high-efficiency unit cuts energy use and lowers utility bills. It's hard to stop a Trane.
Call a happy face truck today.
Beeman Toyota is now the top 10% of Toyota dealers nationwide, with 800 Toyotas available. Other dealers may say they've got what you want.
Beeman's got it.
Whether it's Prius, RAV4, Corolla, Camry, Highlander, Venza, Avalon, Tacoma, or Tundra, Beeman has a Toyota you want at the price you want. Beeman Toyota is the largest Toyota certified pre-owned dealer, too. The best new cars make the best used cars. Beeman Toyota downtown on Broadway. Access BeemanToyota.com.
Coming up on the Cellular South halftime report, Wittenberry and Joe will talk about Kentucky's survival in Game 1 today. Ohio State won a thriller. We'll have first half highlights and stats, and all the other scores from around the country. Here, right now, it's Tennessee with a 3-point lead, but when you look around championship week storylines, Villanova, Syracuse, and Pittsburgh all lost in the Big East. Ohio State survived a big scare. And 14 tickets punched so far. Brad Nessler, Jimmy Dykes, courtside at Bridgestone Arena here on our quarterfinal Friday. Alabama had a lead in the first half, but number 2 ranked Kentucky came back to win. And so everything is held the way it was supposed to, with the exception of Georgia's win last night.
Impressive shooting performance from both these ball clubs, shooting better from 3 than they are from 2. In a good-sized arena with tight rims. It's a good warm-up, a good rehearsal for what the NCAA tournament's going to be like.
Kenny Hall, freshman out of Stone Mountain, Georgia, will step to the free throw line.
Ed, how about some of the power teams over the years in college basketball that we know won't be in the NCAA tournament this year? Arizona, 25 times in a row they've been in the NCAA. They will not be there this year. UConn, North Carolina, UCLA on the way out.
That's some big time. A lot of wins between that group. Just not enough wins this year. Terrico White, nice drive by Terrico White to cut it to 1. Kenny Hall looking for help, having trouble finding it. Has to hand it off to Goins. That was some tight quarters in there. And now has it stolen by Warren. 3-on-2 Ole Miss. Warren's going to try to do it himself. By White.
Your description of Chris Warren is very good. Has a lot of Devin Downey stuff in him. His ability to just get that ball up on the rim and allow Biggs to clean it up. Very important.
And now, after an 8-0 run by Tennessee to give them a 3-point lead, it's Ole Miss that can play for basically the last shot. There's virtually less than a second between the two clocks. And the Rebels have got a 1-point lead. So, playing to secure what might be a tenuous spot in the NCAA tournament, Ole Miss has done what they've had to do for the first 20 minutes anyway.
So I like Terrico White getting a touch here to close out this half.
There's the touch. 5 to play, or to shoot, I should say. Warren missed a 3. Henry still got time. Nope, not enough time. I think Ole Miss will take what they've got. Bruce Pearl upset with his team again. We had 7 lead changes in that first half, and Ole Miss at the break Up by 1.
Brad, Tarico White was a freshman of the year last year in this league. Snubbed this year, though, on any postseason award. How hungry does he come into this tournament? So far in the first half, Tarico White has brought an edge with something to prove, and that's good news for Ole Miss.
We've seesawed back and forth. Wittenberry and Joe will talk more about this one and the other scores and highlights when we return to Nashville in a minute. Some of the action from the first half of quarterfinal Friday, the men's SEC basketball tournament presented by Haviland. And an action-packed first half compared to the way Tennessee played yesterday in their first half with LSU. Ole Miss by 1, 35-34, just about set to start the second half. The edges to the game. Jimmy, this is what you talked about early on, how things matched up so far.
Well, I don't think Tennessee has really tagged shooters as well as they should have on their one-on-one defense. Ole Miss lighting them up from the 3. Where's Chris Warren? Pretty good job of keeping him in check for Ole Miss. Defend the rim. They've done a nice job of it. And those are key areas in this ball game. Tarico White for Ole Miss. The other key for the Rebels. Get him going, and they have.
What a great way to open the second half. A picture-perfect pass from Chris Warren to Murphy Holloway.
Ole Miss right now, one of the last 2 or 3 teams projected to be in the NCAA tournament. A win over Tennessee, I think, puts them in for sure.
Cranston with a block shot on Wayne Chisholm. Warren pull up 3. Short, but Cranston's there, and Williams got a piece of that. And now it's Chisholm in the open floor, 3-on-1. And the smallest guy on the floor just took a hit from the biggest guy on the floor.
That's the only chance that Chris Warren has. Well, I tell you what, he was set now. I think he got his feet set and was there. And a break that goes in Tennessee's favor. He was not directly underneath the rim, so you can't say that that was a call. I think Andy Kennedy gets a bad one stuck to him.
Wayne Chisholm at the free throw line. Over the course of his 4-year career in Knoxville, boy, has he come a long way as a free throw shooter. And Andy Kennedy's going, oh, man, my 5'10", 160-pound sopping wet point guard just got leveled by the big guy, and the big guy's at the free throw line. 6 for Chisholm. As much as we've seesawed back and forth, this game has never been tied. Ole Miss by 1. Tarico White got his own miss. Graham, he was red hot early from three-point land, but not that time. They'll get a third chance. Cranston. Graham underneath this time.
Boy, good hands by Graham. There's a bad pass thrown at knee level. Him to go down and get it, secure it, and go back up and in. Impressive.
Chisholm. And the rebound comes down to Graham. The second half's going to be a combination of who wants it more and who executes better, because both teams have played very well.
Tennessee just switching on that Ole Miss weak offense.
Chisholm out-muscled or out-positioned Holloway for that rebound. Bobby Mays, only his second field goal.
Chris Warren is a little bit vulnerable, I think, in transition defense because he doesn't have the size or the strength to keep point guards from driving it right at him, and Mays did a good job of exposing him.
On the shot clock. Chisholm defending that baseline. Still, he left it a little bit open, but the shot way off the mark. And now the foul, I believe, is going to be on Cranston. DeAndre Cranston picks up his second.
Andy Kennedy over 20 wins, 3 out of the 4 years he's been the head coach at Ole Miss. They've been boosted by the opening of a $13 million practice facility in January to help in recruiting. Something I don't think Jeff Lebo ever had the benefit of. Facilities to recruit you in this league.
If you just joined us and you missed the guys talking at halftime, Jay Jacobs, the athletic director at Auburn, has made it official that Jeff Lebo is dismissed as head coach at Auburn. Well, the Ole Miss three-point shooting was red hot early, Haven't had one since. J.P. Prince, a little give and take, and he'll go to the free throw line.
Brad, the teams on the left right now, according to Joe Lunardi, who's very accurate, would be in at this point. I disagree with Washington being ahead of Ole Miss down here. I think Ole Miss has better quality resume wins than the Washington Huskies. I would bump Ole Miss up a couple of spots, maybe even ahead of San Diego State. And on the right side, those teams have lost, and that has opened up the doorway for Ole Miss. Arizona State, UConn, Memphis, Seton Hall, UAB, all those teams losing at the right time. Ole Miss comes in winning 4 in a row, and that's how Ole Miss has worked their way into contention for an NCAA bid.
Minnesota on the bottom of that list. They still have a chance. They wallop Penn State in the Big Ten tournament in round 1. We're momentarily tied, but J.P. Prince changes that. Got them both. JP's got 12. Tennessee back in front.
Brad, you look at a team that was at the top of that end list like Virginia Tech. They lost today. If Ole Miss were to win, then Ole Miss would slide up maybe to the top of that list in front of the likes of teams like Virginia Tech. Very important game for these guys in white.
Ryan Williams with a push. Got both hands out defensively. Virginia Tech lost to Miami today. Georgia Tech, a winner over North Carolina last night in the ACC tournament's got a date with Maryland coming up later on tonight. And Illinois over Wisconsin. Not the second time Illinois has beaten Wisconsin. Didn't they beat them at Wisconsin in the regular season?
They sure did.
And Ohio State, you saw Evan Turner with the game winner, so that's who the Illini meet.
When you talk about needing a guy just to go make a play for you in tournament time, we've had issues with this shot ever since we've been here.
Yeah, scoreboard's been a little bit of an issue. It's actually 40-39, but it's better than having it 44-38, which is what they had before we took that shot with our camera. We got it all squared away now.
Oh, look at this.
Henry blocked by Williams. Oh, boy, got a lot of ball, but they're going to call it for the foul. And that's just my opinion because we were close, but here's another look.
Sneaking from the backside by Henry. They get some action going up the floor, and Tennessee loses where the deep corner guy comes from.
Ryan Williams saying, Coach, I stepped in the right spot like you told me to do defensively. He did get him on the arm, though. It was a good call by the officials.
Yeah, and Williams stepped up the floor one step, and that allowed Henry to sneak in from behind. Brad, how about the shot today by Evan Turner? If you're going to do damage in March, you have to have a guy that can just go make you a play. Evan Turner, John Wall, Gravis Vasquez, John Shire, those kind of guys can go win you a basketball game. Scotty Reynolds, when the game's on the line.
Ever since he came back from injury, he's been winning games for them. Henry rips 2, and we go back to Ole Miss lead at 1. Pearl wide open. Missed. And he goes down hard. Buckner picks up his 3rd foul. And Pearl is still on the deck.
And Stephen Pearl is a tough kid. Fell hard. I don't know if it's on the right wrist or the elbow.
Not to mention the way his head snapped back. It didn't hit the floor, but there was some definite whiplash involved there. And the head coach is his father, if you don't know. And he had a quick look and then went back to the bench. Trainer Chad Newman and Tony Jones, associate head coach, go out. Stephen Pearl heads over to the sideline. It'll be somebody else shooting free throws as he tries to shake off a bad landing. Andy Kennedy gets to choose the free throw shooter, and he's talking to Doug Shows about that right now.
You see the staff. They're circled up right now. They're reading that chart. What does the chart say that Andy Kennedy says, this is the guy that I want?
Well, I'd probably put Tatum or Prince out there of what's on the floor. It's going to be Prince. Prince is 62% free throw shooter. Tatum 66. So they went with the odds with the lowest free throw percentage. In this case, so JP has hit both of his in this half and for the game.
Brad, had that been ruled a flagrant intentional foul, then Bruce Pearl would have been the one that gets to choose who comes in to shoot the free throws.
I think Bruce is going to go back and check on his kid again. Walks down to the end of the bench, has at least a look. Well, J.P. Prince says, I'm going to make you pay. You want to pick on me to shoot free throws? 13 for J.P., which is what he had in the regular season meeting between these two teams, to go with 8 rebounds and 8 assists. So he had a great overall game last time around and looking to add more to it, and does. Got them both. Tennessee by 1. Chris Warren hasn't scored this half. He had 2 3-pointers in the first half. Graham stolen by Prince. He runs down with Bobby Mays together, and Mays doesn't get it, but he is fouled.
That was the right pass by J.P. Prince. Because Prince, Brad, he could have been selfish right here and just predetermined that he was going to get to the rim himself. But he keeps his head up and makes the right pass, not the extra pass. Extra passes result in turnovers. The right passes result in points.
This is a guy you do want at the free throw line. 83% of the season anyway for Bobby Mays. Got them both. So Prince with 2 free throws, Bobby Mays with 2 free throws, and Tennessee with a 3-point lead.
Isn't it interesting, all the blue-clad fans still in this building from Kentucky wanting to see who they're going to play tomorrow in the semi.
I was going to say, that's kind of fans that they're scouting.
Yeah.
Warren for 3. Got it. Chris Warren knocks down his 3rd 3-pointer. Prince thought about a 3, kicks it right back to Chisholm. Wayne missed with a left hand. Tie game at 44.
Doing a good job, Wayne Chisholm, of leveling off Chris Warren up top, not letting him turn his shoulders and get to the paint.
And a foul is on Prince, trying to stay with Tarico White. SEC tournament, quarterfinal Friday. Bruce Pearls, what'd I tell you? What'd I tell you? Tie game.
I was active, eating healthy. I thought I was in great shape. So I was surprised when my doctor told me I still had high cholesterol. That really hit me and got me thinking about my health. I knew I had to get my cholesterol under control, but exercise and eating healthy weren't enough for me. Now I trust my heart to Lipitor.
When diet and exercise are not enough, adding Lipitor has been shown to lower bad cholesterol 39 to 60%. Lipitor is backed by over 17 years of research. Lipitor is not for everyone, including people with liver problems and women who are nursing, pregnant, or may become pregnant. You need simple blood tests to check for liver problems. Tell your doctor if you are taking other medications or if you have any muscle pain or weakness. This may be a sign of a rare but serious side effect.
I thought I was doing enough to lower my cholesterol, but I needed more help. What are you doing about yours?
Have a heart-to-heart with your doctor about your cholesterol and about Lipitor.
No matter your age, skill level, or position, whether you're training or defending the title, your equipment is your edge. To take the extra base, cover the middle, or turn a routine fly ball into a home run.
We know the gear because we live the game. Check out our biggest baseball selection ever.
It's always baseball season at Dick's Sporting Goods.
Sometimes words mean nothing. When words are needed, make them count. Franklin Motor, Cunningham Motors in Goodlettsville, and Car Credit. We'll finance anyone on any car. Your ride is here.
Back in Nashville, SEC quarterfinal Friday presented by Haviland. Tie game. At 10 lead changes and tied right now with 15:43 to go. Cameron Tatum and J.P. Prince, most of the damage for Tennessee, and Zach Graham, courtesy of his 3-point shooting, and Tarico White, along with Chris Warren, who's got 10, leading the way for Ole Miss. Brad Nessler, Jimmy Dykes. with you from Bridgestone Arena. We'll be here throughout the weekend with the semifinals and finals on ABC. Eric Collins, Mark Godfrey will take over the nightcaps tonight. And Joe and Barry and Witt will have all the in-between, pre-game, all the scores and highlights and the halftimes throughout. Right now it's Tennessee with Mays, Woolridge, Chisholm, Hobson, and Tatum.
We have two teams that thrive in transition, but neither club really turning it over, allowing the transition game to be a part of this one. 4 turnovers by Tennessee, 6 by Ole Miss. Pretty clean on both ends.
10 on the shot clock. Tatum has it swatted out of there, but the ball spins over to Wayne Chisholm, who scores. Sometimes it's good to be in the right place because that was a nice defensive play, and Wayne says, thank you, I'll take it. Had to hit the deck after getting the shot. Woolridge will try 3. Got it. He hasn't been playing much lately, but a big shot there. His 15th three-pointer of the year. And Andy Kennedy wants a timeout. And they're high-fiving Ronaldo Woolridge because he was a one-time starter who has seen limited action. But that three-pointer has given Tennessee its biggest lead.
Haviland with Deposit Shield. The deposits that attack your engine every time you drive can cause friction, robbing it of performance and fuel efficiency. Haviland shields it. Because a clean engine runs better. Defend your engine. Haviland with Deposit Shield.
Switching to Geico really save you 15% or more on car insurance? Did the cavemen invent fire? Could switching to Geico really save you 15% or more on car insurance? Is Ed too tall, Jones too tall?
Hurry in to the BMW Spring Sales Drive for exceptional offers on 2010 models.
Comcast delivers the best HD picture quality and 10 times more HD choices than satellite. That's more primetime HD, more daytime HD, more movie time HD. And right now, get HD free for 3 months when you sign up for the Comcast Triple Play for $99 a month for 12 months. Call today to get the Comcast Triple Play, or step up to the HD Triple Play with free HD and get up to $200 back. Get started today. Call 1-800-COMCAST now.
Well, it's Tennessee with its biggest advantage, courtesy of Ronaldo Woolridge, three-pointer from the corner.
And a breakdown defensively by Ole Miss. You're going to see Bobby Mays coming off of the ball screen. Hold it here, guys. Bobby Mays is wanting to turn the corner, okay? Now, the other problem is Terrence Henry right here, defensively standing straight up, ball watching, and allows Woolridge to get a good shot and a good look at the rim. You get so attracted to Bobby Mays coming off that ball screen action, concerned about keeping him out of the lane, you forget your primary responsibility. Who are you guarding? You ball watch, you will get burned.
Henry against Woolridge. Has it rejected. Ronaldo Woolridge, I think he wants a little more playing time. Tatum gave it right back. And a foul on Hobson. Don't forget, coming up, 2 more games tonight on quarterfinal Friday evening. Florida and Mississippi State. And then Georgia and Vanderbilt. Georgia, the only underdog, if you will, or lower seed that advanced through yesterday.
That's a Georgia team that has been hard for Vanderbilt to play against this year because of how they play. You can't speed them up. They're very good at getting that ball inside, and Oglesby and the guys have to be terrific defensively.
Chris Warren just suffered his 6th turnover of the game, and Hobson makes him pay. Lead is swelling for Tennessee, and their orange-clad fans let them know about it. And a foul underneath as Buckner tried to go back up with it. Woolridge will be guilty of the foul. Talked all season long about the domination of the SEC East versus the West. Overall, 31-10. And you see the top 4 teams in the East haven't lost to the West at all.
And Brad, if the SEC went to a non-divisional format in basketball, then your top 4 seeds in this tournament would be Kentucky, Vanderbilt, Tennessee, and Florida in that order. Now, why is that important? Because I think if you do that, Kentucky should be placed in the same bracket as the number 4 seed, Florida. The way it's set up right now, Kentucky and possibly Tennessee will have to meet in the semis, and that should not be the case.
Goins minus the headband in a little bit of trouble in the backcourt. But he got it up to Tatum, who's going to run in and put one off the window. Cameron Tatum having a big offensive game. 15 for the sophomore out of Lithonia, Georgia.
I think Tennessee's good in the half-court offense. I think they're very good when the floor gets unbalanced and they can just go make some plays.
Goins will pick up the foul.
Talk about Murphy Holloway in the first half. An undersized guy in this league at the 4 position. So he has to play with maximum effort to be effective, and he has, averaging 12 and 11 over the last 6 ball games. He had 20 rebounds versus Auburn 2 weeks ago. And the only reason you get 20 caroms at that size is because you have a big want-to inside of you.
That's for sure. Wayne Chisholm's going to get a breather. And Kenny Hall comes in. Holloway, 4 points. Missed both of his free throws. Missed all his free throws. Well, this one, they had Ole Miss in front by 1 at halftime, but now the lead for Tennessee has stretched out to 9. Tennessee looking for its 25th win of the year. Ole Miss looking to solidify an NCAA berth. A little shaky maybe right now. Tatum, long ball. It'll be out of bounds to Ole Miss.
Just like yesterday when I said, you know, Alabama's in position to come back in this ball game if they can get back-to-back stops and then back-to-back conversions off those stops. That's where Ole Miss is at right now. They've gotten a stop. Can they get points, get another stop, and points?
You talked Alabama into it, and they came from 18 down to win, but they were beaten by Kentucky today. There's the points. Warren with his 4th three-pointer.
They need another stop right here, Brad.
Oh, I almost had it right there. They got it. They got it because of an offensive foul.
It's not enough when you're trailing and you're fighting for your NCAA berth to just get stops. You have to follow up your stops with conversions on the other end. And Ole Miss is in position to do it right now.
Stephen Pearl, who was shaken up earlier, is back in the lineup as Woolridge comes out.
They're trying to run Warren off of a Reggie Miller move, and there it is.
There it goes. 5th three for Warren. And he shot the Rebels right back into it. And then picks up a foul. Actually, the foul is going to be on Gaskins.
Ole Miss squad, Brad, is not just going to go away. They are fighting for their NCAA berth right now. They've gotten back-to-back stops and back-to-back makes, keeping pressure on Tennessee.
If you're like most, your retirement dreams have seen better days. But with nearly 130 years of financial experience, the principal knows a few ways to help perk things up. With our helpful tools and resources, we can point you in the right direction and help put some life back in those big plans of yours. Why not start rebuilding your retirement dreams with the principal?
What's the deal with all these people rushing to work, drinking their mochachinos, cappuccinos, chocolatinos? Take a look at this. The Denny's Meat Lovers Trio. It's one of 3 new dishes for breakfast lovers being served for a limited time. I'd take one of these over a whatever chino any day.
You owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Call today for a free consultation on how much your credit card debt can be reduced. Don't wait. Find out how much money you could be saving today.
Call 800-768-4153. That's 800-768-4153.
Cunningham Pontiac Buick GMC in Springfield is in their 5th decade as a family-owned dealership and is here to stay. You can count on the folks at Cunningham for GMC. We are professional grade. From the Sierra work truck, the luxury Acadia, and the all-new Terrain, GMC is at Cunningham. For 2010, Buick's luxury is unsurpassed. See the Enclave and La Crosse at Cunningham on Memorial Boulevard in Springfield.
You can count on Cunningham. Count on Cunningham.
I don't even know why you hang out with those girls.
Well, they're my friends.
All they do is pick on each other and talk behind your back. And my dad always said it's a lot easier to let the cat out of the bag than it is to put it back in.
I just want to find a way to keep track of all our living expenses.
What?
I didn't want you to fix it. I just wanted you to listen.
Mom used to say that.
Whether you ask for it or not, farmers have great advice. Like you don't have to be a farmer to save money with Farm Bureau Insurance. Tennessee turns to us.
SEC Tournament quarterfinal presented by Haviland. And all part of Championship Week presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. Brad Nessler, Jimmy Dykes with you courtside. Tennessee leading. Chris Warren has 5 threes in this ballgame.
Brad, watch the Reggie Miller cut by Chris Warren after he gives this ball up. He gives it up. Now watch, Reggie Miller made a living off of this for years in the NBA. Boom, run your guy under the rim, pop to the perimeter. Nothing but the bottom of the net. That is a great cut and a great way to get yourself open off of a Reggie Miller cut by Chris Warren.
That was Chris Warren's 100th three-pointer of the year. Pretty impressive. And he leads the way with 16, as you saw. Skip pass across that zone to Hobson. Back to Tatum, who missed the 3, and he's had the hot hand for Tennessee from three-point land. Crossover, Warren, heat check, not this time. And Gaskins in a bunch of traffic on the inside is fouled. Well, Kentucky advanced with a win over Alabama, 73-67. They'll meet the winner of this one. It's the Bulldogs and the Gators in Game 1 tonight, and the Commodores and the other Bulldogs in Game 2. Semifinals and finals on ABC tomorrow and Sunday. And Gaskins rims out a free throw. Mays and Prince back in. Trevor Gaskins, a sophomore, another Georgia native out of Alpharetta. Ole Miss has missed their last 5 free throws until there.
Gaskins, a guy that they need to score. He's only been in double figures 3 times over the last 14 ball games. And Warren and Rico White need some help with that perimeter scoring.
Now to a 2-point game. Prince in the corner has it knocked out of bounds. Approaching the midway point of the second half. In a game that's had a lot of lead changes. It was Ole Miss by 1 at halftime. Right now, Tennessee by 2. Oof, dangerous pass. Gaskins got a piece of it. And now Wayne Chisholm and Gaskins and everybody right in front of us. And flying out of the pack with it was Murphy Holloway. We almost had more Wayne Chisholm than we were looking for, Putnam.
Yeah, we sure did. 230-something pounds of it coming right at us. For the effort of Ole Miss and Tennessee both playing with a lot of purpose in this game.
I appreciate Weezy putting the brakes on right there. There wasn't a lot of room to spare before our table became the next object.
No, it was not.
So the free throw woes continue for the Rebels. 67% as a team. And the guy that's at the free throw line, 45%. We can see why. He's 0 for 4, 0 for 5. And he violated his own lane.
Brad, the free throw shooter can't cross that free throw line until the ball hits the rim. The other guys can, and he went too early.
You see, they got Warren and then a couple of guys that are above average, and the rest aren't. Still a Tennessee 2-point lead. No score change in the last minute or so.
Tennessee's already made 8 threes in this ball game, but they're 3 above their average. And Ole Miss will continue to shrink that zone and play the percentages the remaining 10 minutes of this game.
Cranston was the last guy to touch the ball. He and Chisholm battling on the baseline, so it'll be a fresh shot clock for Tennessee and their ball under their own basket. Cranston goes out, and Reggie Buckner comes back in.
Brad, Ole Miss is actually 20-6 on the year when Buckner has been suited up. 20-4 when he's played. He's had an ankle injury, and that will be highlighted on their resume as well in front of the selection committee.
Scotty Hobson probably got to be saying, finally, although that's his second field goal of this half, he does it on a slice in the lane and gives Tennessee a 4-point lead again. Henry for 3. Tatum way up there for the rebound. Mays on the crossover is fouled by Warren.
Brad, again, Chris Warren is vulnerable in the transition defense because he's a small guard. So he can't get his body on you without it being a foul. And 2 or 3 times in this game, Mays has gone right at Chris Warren and gotten himself to the stripe.
Well, Bobby Mays might not be a big-time scorer. He's got a wicked crossover dribble, and he is a good free throw shooter. Bobby, who started his career at Oklahoma, a Maryland native, senior, 6'3", averages just under 10 points a game, and doesn't miss very often from the stripe, but he missed that one. 5-point Tennessee lead.
Tennessee needs to push out on their zone now.
There's a wide open look. Boy, Graham had it so hot in the first half, but he can't find it now from outside the arc. Hobson will try one. Nice rebound on the outlet to Graham. On the run, in traffic. That was good defense by Mays. He got both hands on the ball. And Graham just didn't have enough strength to get it up off the window.
That was a great defensive play by Bobby Mays. The only play he can make, watch Bobby Mays with strength. Those are the kind of plays that Chris Warren can't make, partner, in transition defense. Look at Mays, eyes on the ball, gets it going up. You won't see a better one-on-one transition defensive play than what Bobby Mays just pulled off.
Warren trying to shake free, lost the ball. That's his 7th turnover. Mays to Hobson, and stripped by Ole Miss.
Go back to Warren, let him fire a 3.
And a blocking foul on Pearl.
Well, Tennessee had numbers. Pass was just a little bit off, and when it's not on target like that, the defense has time to react. Ole Miss they're just not going to go away in this game. They have too much at stake.
Terrence Henry, the sophomore at the free throw line, where he's hit twice, now 3 times from the line this half. Good, tough ball game from both the Rebels and the Vols.
Ole Miss only got 12 points a game, Brad, from the free throw stripe in SEC play. That's not a high number. For as much one-on-one they have and their ball handlers, you think they would be getting, 17, 18, 19 points a game from the stripe.
Chisholm all the way short with a left hand. A little bit of a late whistle there as Buckner already had what he thought was a rebound. Instead, it's his 4th foul.
I think the frustrating thing there for Andy Kennedy is the late whistle. It's almost like the official was looking at if the basket goes, I'm not going to call anything. If it doesn't go, I will. And those are frustrating type calls for a head coach.
Wayne Chisholm at the free throw line. Chisholm with 9, looking for double figures. Ole Miss. We just keep saying it's very, very important. You don't know until Sunday night when the selection committee makes those selections, but it would certainly, we feel, ice things without any kind of doubt if they were to beat Tennessee. But right now they're in the short end by 5.
And I'm not convinced that a loss today by Ole Miss eliminates them from the NCAA tournament, because who are you going to put in their place? Teams like Arizona State, and UConn, and Memphis, Seton Hall, UAB, they don't have 2 good wins like Ole Miss has right now.
I agree with you. Bobby Mays up high off the box, and it's back to 5 as we approach 8 minutes. Well, the Rebels have enough firepower and enough time to make up some lost ground here. Henry. Oh, what a follow by White, but he missed a slam. Tariqa White would love to have that one back. Unfortunately, he won't be able to get it back. Looked like it was going to be a highlight play. Instead, just a loose ball.
What can I say? I've got discriminating taste.
It's true.
I never thought that I would find the one, and I mean, I found ones in the past that I liked, but none that I really loved.
Until now?
Until now. It's awesome.
Do you love the taste of your beer this much?
We still on for tonight, right?
Well, you could. Try the great Pilsner taste of a triple hops brewed Miller Lite. Taste greatness.
Make NCAA March Madness better. With Papa John's $10 buzzer beater. Score all large pizzas, even specialties, just $10. Plus, get a free Coke Zero when you buy 2 20-ounce Cokes online at papajohns.com.
Haviland with Deposit Shield. The deposits that attack your engine every time you drive can cause friction, robbing it of performance and fuel efficiency. Haviland shields it. Because a clean engine runs better. Defend your engine. Haviland with Deposit Shield.
Hello, ladies. Look at your man. Now back to me. Now back at your man. Now back to me. Sadly, he isn't me. But if he stopped using lady-scented body wash and switched to Old Spice, he could smell like he's me. Look down. Back up. Where are you? You're on a boat with the man your man could smell like. What's in your hand? Back at me. I have it. It's an oyster with 2 tickets to that thing you love. Look again. The tickets are now diamonds. Anything is possible when your man smells like Old Spice and not a lady. I'm on a horse.
Do you owe $10,000 or more in income tax to the IRS or state? Call today for a free consultation on how much your tax debt can be reduced. Don't wait. Find out how much money you could be saving today.
Call 800-742-8604.
Championship week presented by Dick's Sporting Goods here at the SEC quarterfinal Friday, presented by Haviland. 5-point Tennessee lead. Smoky's digging it right now so far, but a long way to go. 7:51 remaining.
That's the time of the year when coaching jobs start opening up and coaching jobs get filled. Corliss Williamson, a former All-American at the University of Arkansas, gets the head coaching job today at the University of Central Arkansas in Conway.
Well, good for him.
Full-fledged Division I program, eligible for postseason play next year. We wish Corliss Williamson the best.
Corliss was always one of my favorite guys on that team. Could get nasty when necessary.
The big nasty, that's what they called him.
And on a sadder note, Jeff Lebo, if you're an SEC fan, if you have not heard, has lost his job at Auburn today. Hobson missed a three. Still plenty of time for Ole Miss. Tariqa White, mid-range jumper won't go, and Chisholm's there for the rebound. Chisholm, whoops, got it back to Mays by accident. And now Williams is fouled underneath by Graham. I think Wayne was sinking three-point shot there, but didn't quite get it up to where he could shoot it, and it ended up right back in the hands of Bobby Mays.
Brad, only the 7th offensive rebound for Tennessee in this ball game. And I think that was a real point of concern talking with Andy Kennedy prior to the game. Can they keep the size of Tennessee away from the rim? That was one of our keys to the game, defend the rim. And these guys have held up pretty well so far.
Brian Williams, junior out of the Bronx, at the free throw line. Got them both. The lead goes back to 7.
Partner, I like to see a young man that takes full advantage of giving a second opportunity like Brian Williams has had under Bruce Pearl. Because his attitude, his productivity, everything about him has been outstanding since his suspension. And he takes a charge right on cue.
Good Graham likes up his third.
Really good quick feet by Brian Williams to step up knowing that he's not going to be a great shot blocker and make the play.
And they extend the 7-point lead back to 9. That's the biggest one they've had in the game at 53-44. And if they do, time is going to become very important for Ole Miss to score just about every time they've got it. Chisholm goes baseline up and under. Nice move by Wayne Chisholm, and it is 9 points again. And Andy Kennedy, timeout. And you can see Wayne Chisholm's teammates around him after a very nice move on the baseline. Well, all season long champion apparel has been showcasing the tradition and history of the SEC. Today we take a look at just a year ago. Tennessee, this very same team, reached the final of the SEC tournament, but they took on a desperate Mississippi State team who was looking to move off the bubble. And Phil Turner scored 7 of his 12 in the last minute and a half. And Mississippi State surprised Tennessee 64-61 in the final for Rick Stansbury's team. They've still got an opportunity to do that again as they play tonight.
Wayne Chisholm, Brad, has a great feel for where he is on the floor. And that last time, he caught that basketball on the right block. Now watch, he knows, I've got to get to the other side of the floor. Look at the big step, boom, right there. To make sure he has clearance to get to the weak side of the rim, has a terrific feel for where he is with his feet.
That was using all of his 6'9" length and stride to get over the other side. And here he kicks the ball, trying to come up with a steal defensively.
I'm anxious to see how Mississippi State comes out in this tournament tonight after being shellacked by this Tennessee club over the weekend. Tennessee jumped on them 17-0 in Starkville. And what type of an edge will Mississippi State bring to this tournament?
That time Chisholm does come up with a steal. Hits the deck hard, but he'll go to the free throw line. He almost had the steal in front of us, and then he gets it and runs the length of the court. Hits the deck hard. Watch the play by Chisholm.
Brett, I love seniors that take ownership of their ball club in March. And to me, Wayne Chisholm is doing that in this tournament. He's been a great leader, a leader by example during the regular season through the suspensions and the distractions. He kind of held this team together. And right now, his effort on this floor the last 2 days has been very, very impressive.
Yet another double-double for Wayne Chisholm, playing in a school record 137th game. He's been there from the get-go and played in all of them. He had a 26-point, 12-rebound game the first time out, and another 12-rebound game today, and he's not done scoring yet, but he missed both free throws there.
So it's almost like Ole Miss got to stop right there, and they're back to the same position. They need to convert, get another stop, and convert.
Foul on Hobson.
Both teams in the double bonus. Ole Miss has a chance to score without that clock moving.
Remember, the winner gets a date with the #1 seed and the #2 ranked team in the country, Kentucky, in the first semifinal tomorrow. Mississippi State, Florida, Vandy, and Georgia will go to the 3 o'clock game Eastern time tomorrow on ABC. And Sunday's final, Jimmy and I and Janine Edwards will be here for you with that one.
And we would not have seen Kentucky in the building for games on ABC starting tomorrow had it not been for John Wall.
That's right.
He took over that game now when he had to take it over.
It was an off day for DeMarcus Cousins, but it was another big day for John Wall and Patrick Patterson. That's how they won 73-67 over a rugged Alabama team that just never quits. Hobson not sure of his shot, or I think he would have taken that one. Mays will take it. And Chris Warren with a rebound. See if Warren can shake loose for a shot. He's got 3 threes this half. He throws it away. Way too many turnovers for Warren today. Mays, he had to catch that about 3 times. Finally found a handle and scored. Much like yesterday, Bobby Mays coming to life. All 14 of his points were in the second half yesterday. And 9 of his 12 today.
Brad, the size of Tennessee's defense has really bothered Chris Warren, who's only about 5'10". Once he gets inside that Orange defense, they're swallowing him up.
Chisholm, another rebound. And he hands it calmly off to Bobby Mays and says, let's just kind of walk it up together. We're under 4.5 minutes.
Bruce Pearl goes to his Cutters offense. He's going to shorten this game right now, nursing a 9-point lead.
And he'll take a timeout as well. 4:18 remaining. A 9-point lead, matching twice now their biggest advantage of the game.
Chris Warren's only 5'10". He's going against a long Tennessee defense today. Hobson at 6'5", Chisholm with a long wingspan, Tatum on the perimeter at 6'6", and that size has forced him into, 4 or 5 of his 7 or 8 turnovers today.
8 to be exact. So you love his 16 points, but the 8 turnovers have been, few of them have been killers, and he knows it. Ole Miss trying to get his 22nd win and avoid double digits in losses, but Jimmy still got him on his NCAA jet.
There they are right now. They're at the back of the plane, Ole Miss. They're one of the last 4 teams I think are in right now. And look at those standby teams, Arizona State, Memphis, Rhode Island, Seton Hall. Their resume is not as impressive as Ole Miss. I'm not convinced this loss, if it holds up, will knock Ole Miss out of the tournament.
Derico White fouls Wayne Chisholm from behind. Scotty Hobson has 2 field goals in this game. But again, he is, 3 for whatever in this building.
Bruce Pearl felt like it's because he's only 45 minutes from his hometown, maybe pressing a little too much, with a lot of his buddies and family in the building watching him. But I don't think they can win this tournament unless Mr. Hobson gets it turned on.
Yep, I agree with you. Well, this guy seems to have it on every time he goes out there. One of the more personable young fellas in the SEC. Not to mention a great talent. Another double-double for Wayne Chisholm. Tennessee on a 10-2 run. And looking to run away with it now as they're up by 11. Warren way short. Kept alive, though, by Gaskins.
Tennessee playing lockdown defense like I've seen them play several times in conference play, holding Ole Miss to under 40% shooting from the field.
Time is running out on the Rebels. 3:47 to play. They trail Tennessee by 11.
300 yards is far, but not far enough. To be part of the elite, you need to hit the ball long, really long. You need to dominate your surroundings. It takes genetics plus precise engineering to attack the ball with confidence. Slazenger, raw distance. The new official golf ball brand of the Remax World Long Drive Championship. Available at Dick's Sporting Goods, Golf Galaxy, and other fine golf shops.
When I first got my iPhone with AT&T, I was really excited.
Kevin was like, ooh, I got an iPhone.
The service progressively got worse. And I switched to Cell. He set me up with the Android.
I want the apps, and I really want his phone.
The Android just blows the iPhones out of the water. With Cell, I get that phone and the coverage, and that's priceless.
Best phones, best plans, best 3G network. Cellular South. Discover the difference. Get the HTC Hero powered by Android with America's best smartphone plan, only at Cellular South.
Oh yeah, it's Vegas, baby. And it's the ESPN National Golf Challenge. 54 holes of challenging golf in the heart of the Las Vegas desert.
I love this resort. I love coming up to Paiute each year. The event's unbelievable. The staff, treats you like royalty here.
That's all you can ask for. We had a great time.
About as good as it gets.
The action is nonstop as you and your partner challenge golfers from all around the country to become America's best twosome. For more information, log on to ESPNGolf.com.
In 1973, Chick-fil-A founder Truett Cathy
created the Team Member Scholarship Program,
encouraging Chick-fil-A restaurant employees to further their education.
Changed to the Leadership Scholarship Program in 1996, Chick-fil-A has awarded over $20 million in scholarships
to team members who are active in their schools and communities,
demonstrate a solid work ethic, and possess strong leadership abilities,
good teamwork, and a desire to succeed.
Chick-fil-A is dedicated to its people and education.
Chick-fil-A is the proud corporate partner of the pursuit of higher education.
Today's SEC Network game has been brought to you by Dick's Sporting Goods. Every season starts at Dick's. Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Comcast. America's leading enhanced fiber optic network for TV, phone, and internet. BMW. The ultimate driving machine. And by Haviland with Deposit Shield. Protect precious metal.
That's the way I watch most games when I'm not doing games.
They won't let you in?
No, it's look through the window. SEC Tournament quarterfinal presented by Haviland. Brad Nessler, Jimmy Dykes, along with you. Time running out on Ole Miss unless they find a way to score often and quickly for Andy Kennedy.
They've missed chances at the free throw stripe in the second half. Only 50%, 7 out of 14. Now 8 out of 15.
Gaskins does his job with those two. Gets it back to single digits. And now some full court pressure. Somebody's going to have to help Mike Nance out with the basketball. Now we got it back on the baseline.
Well, Tennessee's defense on Ole Miss's three-point shooting after Ole Miss started, I think, 6 out of 6 to start the game?
Yeah.
They have clamped down from that point on.
Well, they 3 out of 17 since, somewhere in that vicinity, as Henry picks up the foul. Let's take a look at our BMW drive of the game. There were several good ones, but this one is kind of the icing as Chris Warren suffered his 8th turnover, and Cameron Tatum got it to Bobby Mays, who made a tough catch and scores, and it helped Tennessee to a double-digit lead that Wayne Chisholm can give them back from the free throw line. Although he has missed 4 of his last 6, normally pretty efficient from the stripe.
Had Kevin Stallings the coach of the year this year in the SEC, and make a strong case for him, as well as John Calipari, and just as strong a case, I think, for Bruce Pearl, a guy that throughout his career has been a full court pressure, turn you over, shoot threes, get a lot of possessions in the ball game. His suspensions and his personnel this year made him change his coaching philosophy. Now a rugged half-court team.
Underneath. Ole Miss got the stick back from White. And now battle on the floor. And possession arrow is going to go to Tennessee.
Bruce Pearl is facing a desperate Ole Miss squad, the remaining 3:19. He knows that an 8-point lead right now is not anything close to being a finished product.
Again, full court pressure. Wayne Chisholm got it into Bobby Mays. They're going to try to trap him. Now Chisholm into the front court himself. And he's fouled.
Bobby Mays has played 26, 27 minutes in this game. Only 1 turnover.
And his counterpart has 8 on the other side for Tennessee, Chris Warren. Don't forget, semifinals coming up yet tonight. Florida, Mississippi State. Quarterfinals, I beg your pardon. Georgia and Vanderbilt. And then the semis tomorrow on ABC.
Bruce Pearl has told us all season long that Bobby Mays plays to the level of the other team's point guard.
Yep.
And he has had a ton of respect for Chris Warren. And if Tennessee advances, he will have a ton of respect for John Wall.
Exactly.
At least he better.
If he doesn't, it's a major mistake.
A major mistake.
10-point lead. 3 minutes to go.
Ole Miss needs a perfect remaining 3 minutes on both ends of the floor. They cannot have an empty possession and come back and win this game.
And Chisholm with a foul. That's Wayne's first, believe it or not.
Well, it's not a good foul because Henry was not in a shooting position on the touch. The clock's going to stop. Both teams in the double bonus.
So Terrence Henry, the sophomore out of Monroe, Louisiana, will step to the free throw line. And Ole Miss has left way too many out there in the second half. Jimmy mentioned that a couple of minutes ago. It's not getting any better. Gaskin's really the only guy that's been consistent with his free throw shooting.
But at least it wasn't an empty possession, Brad, by Ole Miss. They get 1 point out of it. They cannot have any empty possessions with 2:56 to go.
Now they got to hope that J.P. Prince misses some free throws on the other end. And J.P. was even sent to the line by Andy Kennedy when Stephen Pearl went down hard and couldn't take free throws. And J.P. knocked both of those down. In fact, 4 for 4 for the game for the senior out of Memphis.
I'm always intrigued by where J.P. Prince lines up at that free throw stripe. Gets himself off-center and kind of cockeyed. That's where he's most comfortable. Look at this shot right here. Normally you would line up right down the middle. And look where J.P. Prince, he gets offset that by about a foot or foot and a half. He's always done it.
Got 1 or 2. Well, that was point for point, but Ole Miss can't play that way the next 250. That won't be good enough. They've got to score and stop Tennessee. Gaskin's 3. 3-point land is Neverland right now for them after the way they started. Here's Joe Lunardi's bracketology coming into the day. Virginia Tech lost to Miami today. Ole Miss, unless something turns around, is going to lose to Tennessee.
Brad, who on the right side would you put in place of Ole Miss? Arizona State doesn't have the quality wins. Memphis, Rhode Island. But the problem for Ole Miss is they have no margin for error as far as upsets or someone playing their way in. They had a chance, I think, secure their berth today, and down 11 with 2:41. Not looking good.
You look on that right side and you see Mississippi State, a team that's going to play tonight. And ironically enough, probably their best wins. They beat Ole Miss twice. But that's about it. If you're looking for real high quality.
You are, that's right.
Well, biggest lead now for Tennessee. Up a dozen. Back to 10. Trying to trap Bobby Mays. They can't catch him. He's running 100 miles an hour just to get away from Chris Warren. Just like a track meet out there right now.
That got very close to a 5-second count. And Bruce Pearl knew it and took the timeout.
So a 10-point lead with 2:16 remaining in the ball game. Wayne Chisholm, he's going to have our Geico play of the game. Look at the move by the big fella. Tippy toes up under on the baseline. Part of his 16-point day so far. You can see he's trying to stretch out his back. Last time I did Tennessee, I walked up and I said, Weezy, what hurts? He said, everything.
Everything. When you're a fourth-year player and you played as hard as he has for a period of 4 years, and certainly your senior year, your knees, your ankles, your elbows, your back.
He's had another strong game, 16 and 14. After 17 and 11 in the win over LSU last night.
The Tennessee fans are still in the building. The Kentucky fans have filed out. They've seen enough. They got their scouting report in their back pocket.
They got reservations for 6 o'clock for dinner. It takes a while to get out of here.
They have turned Nashville into Catskill, haven't they?
Sure have. That's a good point. Murphy Holloway is going to file out with that one. Even the ones that are here, checking emails, text messaging, paying very little attention, making sure that they're noticed, whatever it takes.
First with 2,000 wins. Part of the reason why ESPN College Basketball Encyclopedia voted Kentucky the #1 program overall with their 7 national titles, I believe. First to 2,000 wins, the history of the program, and I agree with that ranking.
JP Prince got to push 2 free throws up there. Looks tired. Under 2 minutes. Warren missed. Graham didn't. Graham with 15. Back to single digits as Chisholm's going to dribble into the front court. They got Bobby Mays trapped, but they foul him. Terrence Henry, and he's got 4 fouls. Tennessee, last time they played Ole Miss, were 19 of 28 from the free throw line. And you just saw what they've done today, so they're getting a lot of action at the stripe in the second half.
Still not over now.
Nope.
Even with this, it's a 3-possession game. Chris Warren and Tarico White, all those perimeter shooters for Ole Miss, can get hot over a 90-second period if you don't continue to guard them.
And Mays got 1 or 2. Jimmy said 3 possessions, 9-point separation, but another turnover. Now it's Prince in the open floor, and that might be without intentional down there on Tarico White. It is.
If it's not an honest play on the player or the ball, it's an intentional foul. You see Tarico White right there. Once you wrap those arms around the offensive player, that's an easy one to call for the officials. There's the wrap-up. That is not an honest play on the ball or the player. By definition, that's an intentional foul.
So Prince all alone at the free throw line. Seems to like it that way. JP 6 out of 9 from the stripe in this half. This would give him 17 points for the game if he hits it, and he does.
Played a complete game, JP Prince has. Taking care of that basketball, been a good post feeder. I don't think Prince has had a turnover in this game. Defense has been good on the perimeter.
Much like he played the first time. More scoring this time, but he had 8 rebounds and 8 assists back in the regular season game with the Rebels. Here he is on the dribble. Trying to use up some clock. If they use all the clock, they can work it down under a minute. Tennessee.
Yeah, again, Tennessee had to play yesterday when Ole Miss, coming out of the West, the division that has been dominated by the East this year. Ole Miss had a week to rest. Tennessee had to play. A short turnaround time as far as preparation.
We're under a minute now. Warren, can he find a place to pull up and take one? He's going to be bumped on the baseline, so he can do it from the free throw line.
And Bruce Pearl last night when he visited with me was not complaining. I think he was just stating the facts. That here we are, we're 13th in the country. We have dominated the West this year, not only in our division, but Tennessee as a team. They have to play LSU yesterday in the first round because of having to play that game. Their strength of schedule, their RPI both takes a hit, but they win in advance. Now they're about to finish off Ole Miss. So Tennessee, in order to win this tournament, they have to play 4 straight days.
This would be their 25th win. I mentioned yesterday for Bruce, 17 of his 18 coaching seasons has had 20 or more victories, including 3 SEC East titles in his 5 years in Knoxville. As he has made basketball the hip thing to do in Knoxville, other than the Lady Vols of Coach Summit. Final half minute.
Coach Summit's Lady Vols wrapped up another SEC title as well last week in your neck of the woods, right?
Yep.
Duluth?
Now in Duluth, Georgia. Chisholm for 3. Ryan Williams one-hands the rebound. And Tennessee can pull it out. And they have pulled it out after trailing by 1 at halftime.
Well, we know one of the matchups tomorrow on ABC in the semis.
Pretty darn good.
Yep.
Kentucky and Tennessee to play tomorrow. Final. Tennessee 76. Ole Miss 65. Ole Miss can only hope that what they've done up to this point was good enough to go on to the big dance. They aren't going to dance any longer in Nashville because Tennessee meets Kentucky in game 1 of the semis on ABC tomorrow at 1 o'clock Eastern time. We'll find out the other 2 participants coming up later on tonight as Mississippi State will take on Florida, and then the Commodores of Vanderbilt will take on the Georgia Bulldogs. Bruce Pearl's team now 25-7. Another big game for Wayne Chisholm and company. Our SEC tournament presented by Haviland. Part of Championship Week presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. Fun afternoon. Hope you enjoyed it. For Jimmy Dykes, Brad Netzler.